Hello, I'm Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today I'm going to be destroying some mountains, and the reason I'm going to be destroying mountains, of all the reasons in the world, because there's some fairly valid ones, right? You want to change the... You know, people have valid reasons to change mountains, and today's reason is the most valid of them all, really, because I have some mountains that I've been slowly destroying anyway, but I wanted to really make some haste on that, because you know what? I think we need to raise awareness for the mountain biome. That's right, we got 2 days till a big vote where the Minecraft community changes the game, and now there's stuff on the line. You know, I might have made a silly bet with Echo on Twitter. Basically, all I'm saying is we need to destroy these fellas, and you need to vote for better changes, because is this good mountain generation? I would say yes, because this is like a jungle mountain, but is this good enough? No, it can do better, and you know how we're gonna do better? By you voting for it. Oh man, this is gonna break any minute now. But yeah, all you have to do is vote for a vote for the mountain at Minecon Live. It'll be easy. We can all do it. You know, it's not gonna be tricky. And once you do that, then we'll all be wonderful. So hello, I'm Toycat. Welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Hope you're all doing wonderful. This is my first stream back from America, so that's gonna be exciting, right? Like, ooh, I'll have so many exciting, wacky stories to tell. Or maybe I won't even mention it. Maybe we'll just, I kind of want to be like, you know, who says I went to America? Where's your proof? You got an immigration stamp to go with that? Are you making up the story? Also, vultures, how are you feeling, Toycat? You feeling better? Thank you, Pit Rose. You know, I think obviously on the internet, like, whenever I say it to someone else, I'm like, you know what, are they really being genuine? But that seems like a nice, genuine person, just being like, you know what, all these other people here saying stuff like frogs and whatnot, but I just want to know how you're doing, so thank you. I am doing mostly better, like, besides my throat now. Honestly, like, as a YouTuber, there's like this love-hate thing where, like, if I was a normal person, oh no, I can't talk to people, what a shame, I'll have to turn down social engagements, it'll be terrible, I have to say that we just can't, you know, spend lots of time talking because I physically can't. But as a YouTuber, I actually, like, need to talk. As you might imagine, part of my job actually does come down to talking to all of you. And yeah, therefore as a result, it's like, I guess I kind of need to talk, and that's going to be a whole thing. Anyway, so hello, my Toycat. Today's going to be a great day, and if you disagree, then, you know, something gulag, right? But no, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I hope you agree. And yeah, we're going to make a giant trench while we promote the mountain, because when Saturday comes, we need all of you and more to vote for the mountain. It's not just enough for those of you who have showed up today. Everyone needs to get another friend and recruit them for the cause as well. Also, thank you, Julien Ogina, for the 99€ super chat. Really appreciate it. Also, hi Toycat, can you do the dab for vote mountains? I generally, like, every time I'm like, is it that one, right? Like, I generally don't know how to dab. And it's one of those skills where, like, you know, actually, I think it's better that I don't learn how to do it, right? Like, I think it's better if every time it comes up, people are just like, you know what, you can't do that. Because it's better not to be able to do something than to do it and to make everyone sad at the same time, right? Also, you're speaking in such a friendly voice. Well, clearly, the lesson I've learned from America is to be friendly to everyone. Actually, you know, that is one of the things. In my head, it's never genuine. In most states, it's definitely not. But, like, everyone in America is really friendly all the time, and it's very suspicious. Like, besides, there are some jobs, honestly, I would say, like, the divide is, like, government jobs versus not government jobs, but, like, for the most part, like, you know, any time I interact with the US government, they've got reasons to be suspicious of me, apparently. But, yeah, as far as, like, you know, it's 4 AM and you just want some pancakes, and you better believe that waitress is like, hey, how's it going? You ever been to Crunchies before? I bet you haven't been. And it's like, man, I'm not that enthusiastic about these pancakes. How are you that enthusiastic? It's definitely not. I've heard it's not normal to smile at strangers in the UK. I will, okay, so this might be me showing either my social ineptitude or my Britishness, or maybe, I guess that, those go hand in hand together, don't they? But smiling at, like, strangers was always a thing, like, they tried to encourage us to do during, like, school. So it'd be like, smile at a stranger, it might make their day. And, again, I can only speak for myself, because if people were doing it before this, I never noticed anyone smiling at me, and I never smiled at anyone else. I remember I was, like, 16, when I was like, oh, you can smile at people, and it's a really subtle, but, like, it's also still a sign, like, hey, kind of like you. but not enough to say any words. And they'll be like, hey, kind of like your back. Or, what the heck did you just do to me, you MFer? Sporgan, this is the first stream I've watched from you. Hey, good to see you, Sporgan. Thank you for the £2 super chat. You've paid infinitely more than the ads that you'll watch on the channel, and therefore you can feel like cool supporter of the week or whatever, or cool supporter of the day. Well, you know, in your life, cool supporter of the lifetime, you know? So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. People smiling at me makes me anxious, says Jira. Yeah, oh yeah, I used to think, if someone was smiling at me, I was like, what's gone wrong here? Oh no. Like, smiling, again, I think now I can accept smiling as a gesture. I think it's cute, like, whatever. You look your best when you're smiling, so smile at strangers. Like, I kind of get that. The only way I'm voting mountains is if they keep the floating islands and overhangs. I think they definitely will. I think they're definitely going to update them as opposed to, like, redo them entirely. That would be my guess. I guess I don't look at Mojang, though. Who knows what they want to do? I feel you, says David the Who Man. Is that just the UK? I don't know. If someone smiles at you, they gotta be mad. Oh, yeah, yeah, like, smiles are, like, they're very forced things, right? No one's ever like, oh, yeah. I don't know. So yeah, when someone starts smiling at you, you're like, oh no, what is it? What is up here? You gotta just tell me, rather than doing this whole smiling nonsense. Just tell me what's going on, nice and easy. Are y'all okay over there? Says Lena Khan. So you know, I think you've said before you're based in Texas, which is like, you know, like very, very America as far as American states go. So like, I totally get like, yeah, everyone's friendly to everyone there. But the truth is like, if everyone's friendly to everyone, then no one's friendly to anyone. It kind of does go the opposite way, I'll admit. You know, again, I will share my Texas elevator story many times. Hey, thank you very much, See Abyss, and also I hate your message, so I'm gonna pretend it didn't happen. But thank you for sending it anyway. You know, if you love Anarchy that much, you know what you should do? You know, in 2019, really Anarchy is doing what you're told. Like, how many people are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna have a nice normal day. I'm gonna, you know, pour myself a nice normal drink. You know, not being normal is weird in 2019. Why not be an anarchist and come be weird with the rest of us, right? That'd be great. Also, thank you, Kresnik. I'm gonna pour a drink instead of reading your comment out loud. So, someone told me recently, I forget who, that orange juice is good for when you're sick. I don't know if that's true, but like it empirically sounds true if nothing else. So I've got me some orange juice. I've got me some Mountain Dew Code Red from America. And look at this. This is the key to every... Wait, oh. Wait, what's that? Just gonna pour... This is the key to, like, every cocktail, I would say. Is all you gotta do is, like, get anything that mixes and makes a fun color. So all you gotta do is you take, like, yellow, and then you pour red in there. And look at that. All of a sudden, we're gonna get... Oh, look at that. They're, like, powerfully mixing. You take sugar, you do the tiniest bit of mixing, and look at that, we got orange juice. Isn't it wacky that we call it orange juice when really it's yellow? Oh, that's sugar. Straight to the vein. The magic of pigment mixing. But yeah, no, honestly, like, so my brother's was a bartender. Like, it was like a side job, in the same way that technically, you know, like, I live stream video games, and you know, I'll say words in exchange for money. But in the same way that, like, you know, it's just kind of a side gig. My brother was a bartender, so he taught me a bunch of weird tricks. And a lot of bartending is just impressing people, so they go away. Actually, that's most of every job, isn't it? Just impress people, and then eventually they'll leave you alone. That's kind of what the whole UK is all about. The only reason anyone gets anything done is like, I want people to leave me. Also, Tumbleweeds for the win. That is a funny opinion. Imagine that being your real opinion, though. That'd be hilarious. Glad it's not your real opinion, because that would be hilarious. Imagine actually thinking Tumbleweeds were a good choice. It's funny because, like, there's a big war between mountains and swamp, but like, at least we can all agree. At least we're not voting for the Mesa guys. At least we haven't sunk to that level. On the Minecon live vote, what are you gonna vote for? I can't work out, even though I'm saying destroying mountains, so you'll vote to fix them. I just can't work out which one. Tumbleweed promotes drug use, SMH. That's my new reason why I'm pro that. Also, yes, it's Toy Cat. Thank you, Matthew Finn. I do appreciate it. So, yeah, hello, my BX Toy Cat. I got back from America recently. It was fun. And I decided to talk about smiling for for 13 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that.
Once upon a time, in a co-op corner store, I was with my mom and a foster child, and we were looking around the shop. I lost him, but I turned the corner and like a Tula went, "What are you doing?" to a staff in a Ugandan accent. Embarrassed, smiley face.
Okay, I've got an embarrassing story. Also, hashtag Swamp Gang. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Yes, it's Toy Cat indeed. So, the snow is snowier than before versus chest boats. Hey, let's not compare those two. If you want to make it a fair comparison, say frogs versus mountain goats. Oh yeah, frogs. What do? They jump and they ribbit. Oh yeah, so exciting. What do mountain goats do? You can milk them, you can ride them, they can go up the side of mountains. Look up, like, what mountain goats do in real life, and then tell me that that's the fair comparison. So yeah, there you go now. Now you understand. Like, imagine thinking that free features were better than revamping the entire mountain biome. You'd be crazy, wouldn't you? You'd be crazy. Also, every now and then someone is like, I actually do want snowier snow, and it's like, come on, let's cut this one off. Let's pretend snowier snow isn't an option. Let's like, I think that really hurts the cause there. Kind of like how Tumbleweeds, like, oh yeah, you know what I really love? I love, you know, what if weeds, but what if for some reason there was a way to, you know, like have even more pointless features in Minecraft? Wow, that's what I'm sure excited for. Okay, I'm gonna dig down a few layers, like down to here, and then I'll jump on the shulker box and put things in. Easy. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot of shulker boxes today. Pro tip, whenever you go mining for a significant amount of time, shulker boxes are one of those like small efficiencies that really help out life in general, I find. Swamp is the right choice. New wood versus snowier snow. See, we don't know it's new wood yet though. It's not even really heavily implied. In the video, it looks exactly like regular swamp. See, I'm just saying, snowier snow, at least that means a lot of potential things. I like your tweets, follow his Twitter, AbbyXToyCat. See, I love this guy. He's like, you know what? Toycat's Twitter is underappreciated. I'm gonna pay for an ad on Toycat's channel to promote Toycat's Twitter. That's my man, right there. Let's go back and find that, actually. Zombie Spaghetti. Zombie Spaghetti, nice name, by the way. Frogs is a second slime source. Here's the thing, slimes already spawn in swamps. Like, if you need slime balls and you're in a swamp, good news, you found them. So, I don't know. There you go now, chat. Now we know the secrets. We can argue over this one all day, or you can just vote for the better bat biome at Minecon Live in 2 days. And that'll be great. You changed my mind, Toycat. Thank you. That's all we need to do. We need to sit here for long enough until we've changed everyone's mind, and then we'll be great. Swamp for sexy Shrekky, says Alexton. Like, again, don't get me wrong, I think all three choices are bad. I just think mountains are the least bad choice. I think this is a classic, you know, United States quality election where we're not voting for what we want. We're voting because two options are so bad that they shouldn't be on the ballot, you know? You know, don't vote for something because you think that, oh yeah, Tumbleweeds, they might be really good. No. Also, are they going to upvote every single one? Yeah, exactly. You'll get frogs anyway. Just vote mountain. No, so the way it is they say they'll update all of them, but that's because people got mad when they said they'd throw away some mobs, and then they kind of have to say that now. Doesn't mean there are any near-term plans. In the same way, I can say, hey, any day now, eventually, I will, you know that Death Star that I've been, it's not even really a Death Star, like the giant thing, the sphere I've been working on. Every now and then I work on it and I say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this done, it's gonna be great. Do you know why that's not done? Because it's terrible. I don't want to do it, and, you know, I can technically say it's gonna be finished any day now. Doesn't make it not misleading, if nothing else. Can you imagine if the build limit was raised to 512? Mountains would be amazing if that happened. See, right, yeah, if we're going crazy, that's a possibility. Also, thank you, Ashley Literal, for the $1.99 super chat. I missed what came along with it, but it said, hope you have a great day. And you know what, Ashley Literal, and I don't know if that can't be your name, like, Ashley, but literally. But you know what, I'm going to pretend that is. Ashley, I hope you have a great day too. Unless you're having a bad day. In which case, you know, hope for a better day. Let's go one step at a time. Let's not be unreasonable, right? Like, kind of like, you know, people who wish for $1 billion, it's like, you know what, I think 100 million is just fine. Do we have to reach for the stars in that way? And we're reaching the stars anyway, after 1 trillion. By the way, we need more bush variations and flora. Okay, here's my problem with actual Minecraft updates. Yeah, let's go mini rant, shall we? I don't know what we're doing here, but like mini rant, but real talk here, because vote mountains, by the way, before I say anything else. But my real rant is that Minecraft doesn't seem to understand what would actually make the game more exciting to explore. Instead of adding one new structure or one new mob or one new type of tree, they need to add a bunch. Instead of like, you know, one new structure coming to the, you know, the dark forest or whatever, why don't we have like 10 new structures? And obviously you can't put the perfect same level of polish and quality in, but I think people would prefer seeing variety at this point, because the fact that every year we get one new structure and one new mob, it, you know, everyone plays around with it and then you're done. What the heck is poppin', Soy Cat, says Jaded Coat 12. You know what's poppin' today? The mountain biome's poppin' today. Also, I've been mining down a little chunk here within my big death trench. Partially because I think, like, you know what? We should have, like, a big exploded area just to show that we're mining the mountain, not just in a normal way, but in a big way. Also, destroying a cave makes it bigger. You know, that's the beauty of that one, isn't it? Okay, bye, I need sleep. Hashtag Swamp Gang. See, imagine being part of the Swamp Gang. He lives in a part of the world that doesn't even exist, and he thinks his opinion matters. It's cute. It's very cute. Alina Khan says, I think boat chests are a great addition, but because the more loot we add above ground, the less reason we have to go in caves. I'd agree with that. I'd agree that we need real reasons for caves. Because one point, you know, the next update theme is the way more important thing. We need them to just be like, hey, we notice caves have been neglected for how many years? Oh, all of the years. So we're gonna finally make them good. You know, I'd say make caves great again, but really, the message should be make caves great. Period. You know, full stop. Side note, by the way, in America, you say what you call the thing at the end of a sentence a period, and like it's way catchier. It's way like more punchy to say, in you know, sentence here then period instead of sentence here then full stop. But every now and then I say it here, and it's like, you know, we know what you mean, but also it's a weird way to end a sentence. You know, it's a weird way to end a sentence. And I'd like you to know that that is one of the few Americanisms that I've picked up that does not help me in my everyday life. Did you see the video about the guy who made Minecraft Unlimited mod? He didn't actually make the mod. It was an idea video. I have seen it though. I thought it was a cool idea. It was just because obviously he made like a mock-up of it. Everyone's like, oh, he made it, and it's a thing. It's like, oh no, this is just his idea for how they can make infinite content. One of the things I really want to do, like I don't know how or why, but I want to find some excuse. There's a Minecraft mod that was made by maybe even Seth Bling actually. Like it was made by someone who likes making Minecraft mods. And they made a mod where every single block you mine in Minecraft gives you a randomized output. And I thought that was a really cool. At least I thought that was really cool for like what you can do with something kind of thing. Also, I would enjoy a new dimension. I know it's not a work, but that would make me happy. So they've said they don't want to add new dimensions until they've properly fleshed out the current ones. That is the official line we've heard from Jeb. And that's... It makes sense, right? Like, yeah. Why would we want a fourth dimension when the Nether... The Nether's already kind of lacking, right? Like, how often do you spend in the Nether? Yeah, not enough. Besides transferring between dimensions. And the end, like, there's a thing. Do you remember when everyone was making Aether mods? Oh yeah, there was a big phase where everyone's like, Aether, Aether, Aether. The thing is, the Aether is actually the inspiration that created the end. A lot of people don't know that, and that's why people still want it. But the end, if you look at the generation of the end, you realize that if you turn the sky blue, it looks like the Aether land. So fun fact, yeah, the end is the Aether. A lot of people forget that one, and I've said it too many times in videos to get away with like making another video like the secret truth behind the end. It's really the Aether. You know, I might make that anyway though. No, okay, so someone gave me some really juicy intel. I won't spoil it here, but they gave a really cool theory about how the dimensions work in Minecraft. And actually, you know, I will spoil it here. You know, it's my live stream. I'll spoil my own videos if I want to. But yeah, I really want to make a video on this. I've been saying that for a while. But the achievements in Minecraft basically imply that the dimensions of Minecraft aren't actually dimension shifted. They're time shifted. And I won't say any more than that. But it's something I've been sitting into. Also, just blow up the mountain. Hey, you know, I might want you to vote for mountains, but I'm going to destroy the mountains. I'm not going to blow them up. That's very different. Wondering traders should spawn in the end. I mean, they've clearly already been there because they'll sell you chorus plants, maybe? I'm not even sure. Are you going to mine to Bedrocks over Vixia? Yeah, that's the rough plan from here. That's the rough plan. We'll see how we go to get there. So, yeah, well, since we're here anyway, thank you, by the way, everyone, for coming to the live stream. I've been, like, really unable to make videos most this week. Like, I made yesterday's video, and that was it. That's why Tuesday was kind of a filler. And, there's this, like, weird fear as a YouTuber that, like, oh god, every day you can't make a video. It's a day you're fading away into the background. Toycat is literally, yes. See, there we go. This is I was gonna say my man, but I guess my woman, my girl, what is the equivalent of that? Does anyone know Ebonics well enough to tell me? But that's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Ashley. Literally, I agree. You know, Toycat literally, I can't even say it correctly. But the thing you said, but again, that's what I agree. But yeah, no, it's kind of weird as a YouTube. Like, a lot of people always talk about the pressure, and for the most part, like, it's easy enough to ignore. But sometimes you feel it on you non-stop. And I don't know, I feel like, especially recently, that's kind of been me. And I've been really worried because it's like, oh no, when was the last time I put out an amazing video? You know, a smash hit like, you know, like beating Minecraft without X or doing this, and those things start to weigh on me, and I don't know. It's one of those funny little things that has been sitting on my mind a lot more recently. And you know how people always say, like, oh yeah, you're giving someone free rent in your head. Maybe I'm giving those ideas too much free rent. Maybe I should be focusing on ideas instead. But the idea part of my brain has been like kind of frozen up these days. And maybe I should spend some time, like, should go on like a Buddhist retreat somewhere and kind of fix it. That's totally what we should do. Use a haste 2 beacon. I hate everyone who's always like, you know what you can't do anything about a haste 2 beacon in Minecraft. If you don't have a haste 2 beacon, you're doing it wrong. And it's like, you know what, man? Maybe I don't want one. Maybe I know how to make a haste 2 beacon. Maybe that's a thing I'm perfectly aware of. Maybe there's a reason I don't have one. And people are like, oh, no, that's not possible. And it's like, you know what, man? Sometimes things are possible. That's my TED talk. Sometimes, man, things are possible. Sometimes things are possible. Can we get an F in the chat for my £2? This crazy cube. Sure. You know, F, rip. Your £2 will be missed by you, and the £1.40 I receive from YouTube will be very much not missed by me until I spend it. Then it will be missed again. That's actually how the economy works. I'm not going to dive too much into economics, but one of my favorite, like, because I love the subject. Like, I love the study of how money magically just goes around, and then we get things like the internet or, like, you know, a man on Mars. But one of the things a lot of people don't realize is that whenever you spend like £1 or $1 or whatever, within the next year it's spent, I think on average 6, maybe 10 times. It's called the money multiplier effect or something. But because the more money you spend, the more money you give other people to spend, there's this wacky fact where there's more money cycling around than exists in the world. If that makes any sense to you. Because every pound cycles, or every dollar cycles around 6 to 10 times or whatever, it means the amount of money that exists is less than the amount of money that exists. Also, so YouTube takes 30%. Yeah, if you do it via YouTube, they take 30%. I always encourage people to use the link down below if you want to give 100% to me. But, like, if you know, YouTube has some benefits. You can use Google Payments and whatever. I'm always like, yep, I would rather have 70% off something than 30% off nothing. See, this is a great example of a super chat where I'm going to take a drink. Oh, yeah, this is some good orange juice. Some good orange juice. Sure is tasty. Wow, was there a message on screen? I feel like I didn't read it. You know, I'll go for some more orange juice. Snow is snowier. By the way, beat Minecraft on your trident. Minecraft without moving would basically be that. For reasons that... Again, I really wanted to make Minecraft without moving, but the original went so viral, and all the dude had to do was make a minute, like, GIF of it. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to spend a day doing something this guy made in, you know, 40 minutes, if that. There's something about seeing... This is funny, actually. A lot of people, they see a low-effort version of something, and they're kind of inspired to make the you know, like to spend loads of effort and make the higher version. To me, I often work the opposite. I see something that is like a really good idea, but executed like too well. And I'm like, you know, I would love to do this in a way that is actually enjoyable to do and to watch. And every now and then, I think sometimes people like that. Like it sounds horrific on the surface, but it's like, you know, sometimes beat Minecraft without stepping on grass. Again, the problem with that is it's like actually quite easy to avoid. Also, in high school, when I took economics, the textbook my teacher had to use was very pro-Keynesian economics, while my teacher was very Hayek, so she'd assign a billion videos and readings on Hayek. Yeah, I'm really fortunate. I had a teacher that really early on said, hey, do you agree with this? And I'll be honest, I don't even, like, I know what she said now, but at the time I was like, I don't really know. I think it was something like, do you agree with, it might have been like fat tripod, because, you know, in the UK, we have like our own version of Reagan at the exact same time. And like half the classroom put their hands up. And I was like, and then she was like, and how many of you disagree? And I was like, yeah, down with the power. I might be not with the power. I genuinely don't know. And she's like, in this classroom, it doesn't matter. Whichever, you know, government you serve under, you're gonna need to know both models. And I thought that was like such a ridiculously, like every teacher should do that, right? Like, imagine a teacher being like, no, we're gonna only teach you the half of this syllabus that agrees with my political beliefs. What are your thoughts on colonizing Mars? Says Dylan Zifilian. So Dylan Zifilian, assuming that's your real name, because it's a pretty interesting name. So here's the thing about colonizing Mars. We have to do it at some point. Like, a lot of people are like, you know, why do we need to go to Mars when we've got homeless people here? And it's like, well, you can whataboutism your way to any result if you use that sort of arguing, right? Like, why do we need to feed homeless people here when we got homeless people in Africa that are 40 times cheaper to feed? It's true. Like, feed a homeless person on your street or house some person. How much does it cost to get a homeless person a house in the Bay Area in California? How much does it cost to get a homeless person a house in Africa? Oh, and then you can be like, well, why? My point is, whataboutism, you can always do things. You can always come up with a better cause, one that fits someone else's spending. But the reason... Also, hi, Toycat, says Mr. Illumina. Thank you, Mr. Person from Japan, presumably. Can you beat Minecraft without being charged with assault? Oh, the Minecraft run I really want to do is Minecraft without any hurting people. But anyway, yeah, so like the point about colonizing Mars is we've got to do it. One of the cool things about having a big government, in my opinion, is that we have this giant pool of money that we all put, you know, everyone puts huge amounts into, whether you want to or you don't. Everyone, you know, you're legally obliged to put money into this big fund. Let's do cool things with it. Let's do cool things that are for the good of humanity. You know, why don't we go and colonize a planet so when this one gets destroyed, our species isn't gone? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Wow. So yeah, well, if I was in charge, I would send us to Mars instantly. Not even instantly, pre-instantly. We would be there already. Because yeah, there's this big problem where anything that can't be done within like 4 or 8 years, you can kind of just push off indefinitely and say we're doing it instead. It's kind of like homework, right? Like if homework's assigned for after the school year's finished, do you think anyone's gonna do it? Pro tip, I've never done. I used to have like teachers that knew they'd have me next year and they'd be like, oh, in the gap over the summer, make sure you do this. It's like, no. That's my time. You don't understand how this works.
Talk me more about table service. I'm interested. I think at Minecon they will add some function to the smithing table or fletching table.
Okay, so first of all, thank you very much, Zombie Spaghetti. Yeah, the two things we know about 1.15 so far are that it's going to do something.
First time donating.
Hey, thank you, Andrew Wood.
Thanks for all the great videos.
Hey, I really appreciate it, man. What a crazy nice stranger. I really appreciate it, and I think that's again weird amount 976. I'd love to know why that specific amount. Is it a nightmare if it's in the morning? Yes. I'll drink some orange juice to that. So yeah, we're doing some pretty good destruction today. Hey, it's Toycat. Hope you have a nice day. I was stuck in school for an hour because of a fire alarm, so it's nice to be back watching your streams. Hey, it's good to see you, Pixel, and I hope your fire alarm is a thing that is fixed. Or if it's not fixed, then you know, that's kind of good in the end anyway, isn't it? Also, thank you, Crazy Cube, for the £1. Let's go back to the guy who asked about table service, right? Because I have a rant I want to get off my chest. This is like, it's a thing that happened to me in America. Because I'll be real with you. I do eat at a restaurant maybe once every 2 weeks. Also, why not go for Venus? The reason you go to Mars is because it's got the best, like the closest climate to Earth. In the same way, if everyone on Earth lived on the UK right now, for some reason we'd never gone to another island, the first place you'd go is Ireland, you know, because it's a similar climate to us. If you go to America, there's tornadoes and hurricanes and all that nonsense. If you go to Africa, it's really hot. If you go to... Huh, that was odd. I've never had a stream break in that way before. Like, it literally just turned off. Hello, I'm a BX Toy Cat, and I was midway through complaining about Mars or something. So, yeah, hello, we good? We should be back. Oh no, it says we're not receiving data. Ah, odd. What does that even mean? I'll have to check my own stream, because I don't think I'm streaming right now. Oh no, it says we're not receiving data. Oh no, okay, YouTube's lying. YouTube has no clue. Like, YouTube genuinely doesn't know if I'm streaming or not. So sometimes I just have to click the live stream, and we seem good. So, yeah, hello, my BX Toy Cat. I'm destroying a mountain, because I think that's good for the environment. And also, because I want you to vote for mountains at Minecon Live. The stream machine broke. It's true. So let me talk to you about table service. I was in America, and yeah, I try not to eat at restaurants, because I just find the whole process to be wildly confusing. Like, I don't want to sound like someone who doesn't understand society, because I try my best to understand every aspect and like why it exists and this and that. But like, man, I physically don't understand restaurants. Like, you might say they're pretty easy, Toy Cat. You go there, you eat, you pay, etc. But I genuinely... Also, thank you, Shane. Oh, even YouTube doesn't want mountains updated. Hey, don't you use this as an opportunity to get sneaky about that? Is that phantoms? Was that a... Oh, it was an arrow from down there. I actually been sleeping. It couldn't have been a phantom. So, yeah, here's the problem with restaurants, right? So, there's so many undefined variables that are different from restaurant to restaurant that for some reason, every place expects you to know and is like, when you don't know them. Like, do you sit down yourself or does the waiter seat you? Sometimes there's a sign. Usually there's a not. Usually there's not. You stand there awkwardly, and they're like, "Oh, you should have found a seat yourself, you idiot!" And it's like, okay, so that's sure weird. It's strange going to a restaurant and not quite knowing how the most fundamental part of it, you know, like how do you sit down at a restaurant is undefined and is left up to the it's left up to the individual place to define, which they can do and assume you know already. Okay, that's fine. That's sure. But here's the thing that got me. So I was at JFK Airport, actually. We're talking about free breakfast. So for me to complain about free breakfast, something needs to go seriously wrong, right? But this happened twice. This happened in the UK and it happened in America. Same like basic concept, right? It's called a clubhouse. If you ever flown with Virgin Atlantic, maybe you know what I'm talking about, or maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. It doesn't really matter. But so basically, most airport lounge places are like, hey, if you would like some food, it's there for you. Or you can contact one of our staff members and we'll get you some food too. Wow, how nice, how generous, right? How wonderful. What a fancy man I am getting food at an airport. But then what, even though they have, and then at this place, it's like everything is all on the menu. Everything should be brought over. It's fancy. And it's like, okay then, I would really love some breakfast from this place, And I sit down and I wait for 15 minutes and I'm hungry and there's no food. And I'm like, looking around, I'm like, you know how like in a restaurant you try to make eyes with the waiter? I'm like non-stop. I've spent 15 minutes being like, I'm kind of hungry. You told me you'd give me food, guys. Can you give it to me? And there's nothing. There's not a sign of a person. Everything's gone. By the way, in 1.15 there'll be just a Java combat update. I don't know about Java combat update, but there will be in a near future update. There will be an update to the combat across versions, yeah. So, but yeah, so I was looking around, I'm just like, please, someone, Could you tell me how this works at least? Am I doing it wrong? Was I meant to go up and speak to a person? And then, okay, after 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, I need a drink if nothing else. I'm literally gonna melt away and die. I'm sick. I just, I want to eat and I want to drink. I've been walking around the airport for an hour, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Bartender, how do I order things here? I was just like, I don't think I understand. And he was like, oh, someone should have been over. I'll order the food while I'm here. You're meant to have like a section manager and like said a bunch of words like, oh, I was meant to contact the section manager. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know how that one worked. But yeah, so what happens is he's such a nice guy. He looks like Trudy, I think the name is, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Either way, he's like a super wonderful, like, bartender that somehow knows how to get me food. And when I get back to the seat, like, even though I've just gotten food, the woman there is like, oh, I've been looking for you. And it's like, really? The moment I go up is the moment you've been looking around here. Like, she's just standing, like, I don't know what situation was going on here, but she was very much not looking at me. I was in an empty little section, and then she asked what I want, and I said this, but I said, oh yeah, I already told like the guy at the bar or whatever. And then he comes over and he's like, oh yeah, I've already done this. Somehow, right? So I order one thing, I tell both people the same thing, right? Like, I just want one of these things, and then I tell them the other person's already done it there. So, okay, imagine my surprise when somehow Freafit comes over, and it's just like, I appreciate the food. Like, sure, I'll eat more if I can. But also, it feels like someone has made a mistake somewhere. Also, some fish fell down from the lake we've got up there, and now we got some raw salmon too. Isn't that nice? But yeah, I don't know. I just had this like stressful morning experience. It's like, what is the point of a restaurant if no one understands how it works? Who is after that experience? Who listened to what I just said there and it's like, oh man, that's good. I want to go there. Because I don't think there's anyone, right? Is there anyone? Is there out there right now who's going, yeah, actually, Toy Cat, that sounds amazing. I can't believe you got to speak to 3 new strangers. You had something to talk to them about too. Why you didn't have food? What a wonderful little thing. In America, just complain about it and they'll give you the food for free. But the problem is the food was free, so I have no legs to complain on, right? Like, oh no, where do I go to get my this or that, right? And that's why I just think, like, if you're gonna give something away for free, you should do it in a way that is described or normal in some way. But yeah, no, I guess free's the wrong word, right? Complimentary. When you buy the ticket as a part of the ticket, you get access to this. In the same way that, a lot of things are said to be free. I want to sleep, by the way. I don't want to deal with the rain. But yeah, let's mine through the ceilings, I guess, and make this a bit wider. It should be negative price then. Honestly, that's let's go real on this one, right? I think that yeah, if something is free and bad, I think it'd be cool to be refunded for that too. I didn't get a notification from YouTube. I'm not happy I'm late. I wonder why that is. Honestly, YouTube notifications, like, they're the best system I can recommend. But even then, it's still like, sometimes it goes down to luck. Sometimes it goes down to luck. Cave biomes confirmed. If you can only make me so, you can only make me dream so much, man. Okay, let's fill this cave with our stuff, and let's keep on going. So, what we got going on otherwise? I didn't get a notification either, honestly. So yeah, when it comes to these streams, you can actually tell. I've got like the viewer numbers as we go along. There's like a steady climb as people realize that I'm streaming. I think the best way to know when streams are is like, hey, my random streams, there's no way of knowing. I tweet them sometimes. For these streams, just like every Thursday at 8 PM. Obviously, whatever. The time it was 43 minutes ago. Go Google whatever that was. Set an alarm for that every week, and you can come shop. Because there's one stream I do every week, unless I'm physically not in the country. And that is that, right? Still beats farming with the skeletons. This is Larry Tiberlis. I still need to do that though. Also, if Mountain wins, will you change your name to IBX Mountain Goat? Also, I've made a fun bet with my friend Echo, or Scott, or whatever you want to call him. But basically, our bet was, I think that Mountain will win. He thinks Swamp will win. If if the swamp wins, or you know, if the other person's biome wins, the other person has to make a video while wearing a wig with a high-pitched voice, talking about reasons the other person is such a great guy and why everyone should be subscribed to them. So that's going to be a high-quality thing to see, regardless, right? Like, you, the fans, are going to win either way on this one, I think. Also, thank you very much, Zombie Spaghetti, for the £2 super chat. Ever watched the musical Wicked? I have not. You could say the musical is not very wicked. In the UK, we say wicked to mean good. Is that everywhere, actually? You know, I don't know if that... There are so many words where I don't even know if they're like Britishisms at this point. Can't wait for that lol, says Liam Vandermeer. Again, it's going to be very fun for someone involved. And I hope that's kind of great. Also, Big Nasty, yo. Yeah, for some reason, like, there's been, like, I think it's just one guy, honestly. One guy repeating the same Brexit question, like, yeah, you know what I think the most appropriate place for Brexit talk is? A Minecraft live stream. You know, I would really love to hear Toycat's thoughts on his favorite blocks, and then I'd like to hear his thoughts about, you know, the biggest geopolitical event of the UK's, you know, like past, or really of the century, I would say, for the UK. And yeah, the one that's definitely not controversial in the slightest. The one I would love to hear his thoughts on that. It's like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna say anything that's gonna have any impact on anyone, right? It's only gonna be the sort of thing. Oh, we found a abandoned mineshaft. I mean, we probably found it already, but still, that's kind of nice. Look at that, chat. See, isn't that way more interesting than your little thing? I think it is too. So you have made multiple videos on it. Yeah, but okay. So here's the thing. Yeah, that's my answer. That was a real cough, by the way. My throat sucks. It is not good. So yeah, we've got ourselves an abandoned mineshaft. We've live cobwebs too. We should go around and collect them at some point. I could be wrong, but you still can't craft cobwebs, right? Like I know you can craft cobwebs into 9-string, but I don't think you can do vice versa. So this might be another limited resource to make another fun video on. I don't know. That's a fun thing. In Rhode Island, we use wicked as slang for really. Ah, wicked. No, I'm really not a fan of slang, I would say, in the sense that, like, when people take existing words and add like extra meanings to them so that you can be caught out when you say your existing words, like make up dumb words for new things, like, hey, you know what, you know the word selfie? We made a word up for a thing. We didn't say, you know, the word shelf now means when you take a picture of your shelf, right? Like, oh yeah, you take a picture of your shelf, so now that's called a shelfie, or like it's a shelf. You know, you'd be annoyed, right? Because you'd be like, no, that's what the word really means. Because obviously language has evolved that way. Like in the same way, gay doesn't mean happy anymore. It means gay. But it's still a bit annoying when it happens like under your nose. Because what slang is basically an attempt to change the dictionary that we're all doing all the time. I know it's a whole wacky thing. Toget doesn't like slang all of Australia. I mean, like, again, I should clarify, like, all I mean is, like, obviously, there's so much slang in my vocabulary, right? There's so many things that I say that are like that. But I never like when people, like, under my nose, like, people in my circle, like, they spoke to someone from, like, the next town over, and they said something cool that they're now going to try and pick up. It's like, no, man, no, not, you know, we live in this area, this is our slang, this is how things be here. But yeah, that's just me. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a very ridiculous opinion to have. I won't ever defend it as being like, oh yeah, what a logical, valid opinion. I think sometimes it's important when you have a bad opinion to at least admit, like, you know, it's not a good opinion. It's, you know, like, because sometimes people hold in the same regard their feelings on, like, really quite serious issues and really silly ones. And they're like, oh, these silly opinions must be just as important. It's, you know, it's okay to have silly opinions sometimes. Like, you know what? I had the, you know, I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, what's a silly opinion? I don't know, the EU is an appropriate topic because Minecraft's all about blocks. Hey, I like that as a joke, actually. You know what, Venus left? Say what you want about your otherwise politicization of certain issues, but that is a high quality joke. Also, when you read my chat on the Hunger Games stream, I almost cried happy tears. It's Galaxy Maddie. Hope you're ready to cry some more happy tears. Well, I mean, preferably not cry any tears at all. But you're not. You cry the tears you want to. It's 2019, man. You can cry however you like. Isn't that nice? I think it is. When are you gonna retry the all boss speedrun? Honestly, the Wither, I just don't want to learn to fight the Wither. Because I don't know why. Like, it's such a stupid thing. But it's just like, the Wither fight on Bedrock, I'm almost like boycotting it mentally. It's like, the Wither is a fun fight that they made not fun for Bedrock. And it's like, but isn't this the one where touchscreens are meant to play to? I don't know. Make me cry, toy cat. Ooh, says just Adrian. Oh, I'll make you cry, alright. I'll make you cry. I don't know. Something. Wait. Here's one that'll make you cry. All your friends, you know, all the people you think are friends, they're not really your friends. They're just people that hang around you. Because it's a bit too much awkward to tell you to go away. You know, they're like, you know, we don't really like this person. But also, getting rid of him is going to be tricky. So there you go. Now you know. There's the real thing. Oh, I had this there's this. I said this jokingly recently because I was in a I don't know if I've ever said this, but I've never been to one of those like proper horror houses. You know, like the ones that like, you know, those people that scare you, etc. And I went to what I think is one of the better ones in the US recently. And so as a result of that, you know, there was a lot of it that's like, hey, we've got this historic building, we're gonna have some people, they're gonna spook and they're gonna scare you, and then they're like, oh, and then there's this mystery, there's this place where there's no actors, and it's like, you know what, the realest place, the realest type of horror would be like putting people in a place where they just have to sit and think for a while, and not sit and think like, oh yeah, by yourself, sit and think. Like, you're in a big group full of people, but then maybe, like, you mix up the groups or something. Like, I think the most alone you can make someone, the most horrified you can take someone, is to make them not alone at all. Is to make them feel the opposite of that. And I was thinking, like, you know what? I said it as a joke, but yeah, being alone with your own thoughts would genuinely be more horrifying, right? If they did it for a long enough period of time, and they're like, and then maybe, like, again, this is really, really great idea. Someone should give me a lot of money to make this a real thing. Then you could have like a bunch of like spooky like echoes of like, ooh, your friends didn't really think your makeup looked good. They were just being polite. Or like stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's a great idea. By the way, do you want to see my t-shirt today? It is a cat that is attacking a ship. I think it's Cat Kraken. It's a very high quality t-shirt. I'm glad you all agree with me. But yeah, I think that's what we should do with like horror shows. Be like spooky. Because no, I honestly do think this is silly, but it's true, right? Like horror where it's so fake, you know it's fake, can't really get you. It's the horror that like plays on a part of your existing mind that can really get you. Because your walls can, you've got like mental walls, right? Like, well, so what? Why is my camera so like weirdly, sized today? Maybe it's just not pointing down enough. Like, do I usually only have this much t-shirt visible? How do I ever show off my 'Tis the Season t-shirts otherwise? Oh, if I go too low, then I can cut off the camera by going like that. It's a whole problem. I actually want snowier snow. Look, okay, every time we say snowier snow, like 100 people who would vote for the mountains are like, oh yeah, that's a real thing. And it's just not a good idea. What if we live in Minecraft? If we live in Minecraft, then Minecraft lives inside of us. I mean, that's arguably true, right? You know, Minecraft is a game. It's kept alive by all of our thoughts and feelings. Okay, I tuned in. Didn't expect to be talking in chat, but you, says Ali Gamer. Good to see you in the chat, man. Yeah, no, not 90% of people who watch streams lurk in chat because I mean, realistically, you know, okay, right now, if you're watching this, you're thinking like, you know, I'm not even going to acknowledge my message if I chat anyway, right? Like, what's even the point of that? So what we'll do right now, for you lurkers, for everyone who's not a lurker too, we'll just do a lot of trying to respond to as much chat as I can for like 20 minutes. Because usually I have like some things I want to talk about here, but you know, I'm sick. The most exciting thing that happened to me today was when I had a pizza for breakfast that you could microwave and it actually tasted all right. Yeah, let's go through it. Someone thinks chat sucks and that's why he's lurking. Also, what is your body count? I need to know for project. That is concerning. Dude, where are my hands? Lurker gang, hey, good to see you from the Lurker gang. Lurk in the murk. Taps AF. Am I having a stroke, or are these super chats making less and less sense? Like, I'm not sure if I'm actually broken here. I have pizza in my freezer. If you live in the UK, get pizza from Iceland, man. It's the best frozen pizza you can get. Have you ever been to South Africa? I have not been. Chris Furion. This was a bad idea, says Pinko Pagalia. I think it's an interesting idea to see as much of chat as I can. I'm trying to like get the most thoughtful messages and questions out of all of this. So I'm reading things like, "Hey Doobs, I knew you wouldn't read it." It's like, aha, that's useless. Why don't you want chess boats? Says Heidi something. I miss your last name. Because I honestly think they're gonna come eventually, and they're not that useful. It's like you can put a donkey in a boat already, right? Have you been to New Zealand? Says the Snake Plays. I have. I love New Zealand. Lurker gang, what's your favorite dinosaur? You know, did you like dinosaurs too? Do you know what the word two means? It means one more than one. Yeah, see, this is the problem, like, I'm trying to work out the highest value comments from the way they're put out, but it's genuinely really tricky to do. Like, there are so many questions that seem like they're actually good, but no offense, you're bad at asking questions, mister. What's your favorite letter? Sorry, but you ask questions wrong. I don't know what just came on screen right there, but I do not think that was appropriate. You know, I'm just started to watch your thing and the chat's speeding by so fast. Says Jessica something. Well, you got my attention there, didn't you? Aha, checkmate. If I have someone with a buff Jesus skin, is he going to... Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Rue says it's believably scary movies, including The Sixth Sense. We got, what's your favorite dog from Karma Legend? My favorite dog is I like German Shepherds because they're in the Call of Duty games. You tear their throats off, admittedly, but like they're really cute dogs in real life, and it's like, oh, you can do war and you can do cute. Isn't that nice? I'm trying my best to get to you, chat, but so many of you are asking bad questions, objectively bad. Hey, Toycat, you should come to Chicago if you want to travel south to north in the USA. Hey, see, that's someone who's watched the videos. Yes, you're having a stroke. Thank you, Morgan Noodle. So I have actually been to Chicago before, if you'd believe it. So yeah, if you don't know, I want to do a north-south US road trip. I don't know the exact where yet. I think probably East Coast because there's more things on the East. Because fun fact, the US is much wider than it is tall. So you can actually go north to south if you do it in like 12 or 14 hours. And that seems like a more reasonable trip, especially if I've got to find a stranger for it, right? Because fun fact, I can't drive, not legally at least. And I feel like at some point during a 14-state run, you'd be pulled over. Maybe I'm wrong there. So, should you vote for mountains even on Bedrock? Yes, you should do it. Do it for me. Do it so Echo has to make a video in a girl's voice and a wig talking about how great I am. How often do you do random streams? Says Mia Oop. Honestly, the random streams just come as often as I feel like doing them. I'll be honest, there's probably like a direct correlation between how lonely I am and how much I want to do those streams. Because when stream chat is good, let's be real, stream chat is not very often good. It's the internet. But when stream chat is good, it feels like you're actually hanging out with some friends that you want to be talking to. And yeah, so yeah, it's actually, it's a fun little time. And if I'm otherwise like just doing work or just playing games anyway, why not turn it into a stream? How like do you think it is the mangrove tree types do not give us some new woods? It's Heidi Corbeil. I think it's possible, but I'd say it's like 50-50 maybe. I don't know for sure because Minecraft, there's no consistency of anything they do, right? Like, there's no consistency. So it's hard to... Their only consistency is that they have no consistency. So it's really hard to say. Thank you very much. All those chats, by the way, even the ones I didn't read out loud, there were some good ones. Just most of them weren't. But you know, you right there, you left a good comment. It was everyone else who left the bad ones, not you. Are we pals, says Alina Khan. I mean, like, basically at this point, right? I mean, you've paid so much Toy Cat tax as well that I'm basically legally obliged to call you a pal. But no, more, more seriously. The fact that I do recognize your name, right? The fact that you are one of the, I don't know how many people it would be, like, definitely very low double digit where it's like, oh yeah, it's good to see you. You're the Texan person. You know, there's this, that, and that, this. I think that's kind of cool that you kind of do develop on some level, like a relationship there, right? I think that's cool. I think that's kind of cool. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe you're like, whoa, that's kind of strange. Yeah, you know, my parents told me not to make relationship with strangers on the internet. And you're right, you shouldn't be doing that. But also, here we are anyway, right? Oh, I've got myself a full stack of iron ore today. How wonderful. How wonderful. Pay $5, become Toy Cat's friend for 5 minutes. I will give you, if you give $5 in the next 5 minutes, I will give you an official Toy Cat friend pass. And the way it works is you can say to your real life friends, hey, I'm Toy Cat's friend, and it'll be true. So if you give $5 in the next 5 minutes, when you give your message, I'll say, hello, I'm Toy Cat, and your username is my friend. You can record that, give it to your friends, and they'll be like, wow, you must be his friend. Also, thank you very much for the €3. Very odd amount, actually. It just said, hello. Hello, Harpala. You're from Scandinavia, more precisely based on the euro. You're from Finland, right? That's cool to hear. Also, thank you, Ogre Popka, for the super chat. I'm glad you came into the stream. It means a lot. Also, hi, Toy Cat. Love your videos. Greeting from Bulgaria. Macedonia is Bulgaria. And then a bunch of Cyrillic, which I'm going to assume is very nice things. I'm going to hope is nice things. So yeah, thank you, Bulgaria Alex Kirov. You are my friend now. Tell your friends. It'll be great. Casually going to watch this while I wait for my teacher. You know, where are you at where you have a teacher, Sienna? Also, Toy Cat Tax, see you next Thursday. Thank you, man. Wait, see you next Thursday? What did you just call me? That's a thing in other places, right? That's gotta be a thing. Documentation now. See, now that right there is very much English, right? So, Kyla, you are official. Okay, wait. You are officially my friend, Kyla, and I would like everyone to know that. Look at that. It's on the record now. We have a lot of people. Everyone here, you see that? You see? You can become friends of Toy Cat for just $5. And now it's officially documented. You can make that your ringtone if you want to. I don't know how that works. Wouldn't recommend it. You know, actually, I would recommend it. I think it's usually see you next Tuesday, so that's a new one. I mean, it's the same letter, right? I'm just saying. Someone said, do you pay taxes, says Water. So here's the thing, right? No matter who you are, some streamers are... I'm trying to find the appropriately polite way of calling them idiots. Some streamers are less intellectually engaged than standard. Some people, if the bar of intelligence is there, they're down there, and that's why people enjoy watching them. And they say, oh no, donations don't count as income. Here's the deal. The reason that everyone, even billionaires, fun fact, pay tax in your country is because when... Also, can I be your friend? It's pronounced like Steven. See, Docky Steven, you and I, we are good friends. This is immutable, irrefutable, and impossible all at the same time. Geez, here's the Toy Cat tax. Thank you very much, Linkachu. I like your name, by the way. I like your name a lot. See, look at that. Look how many friends I just made. This is a weird thing. But no, yeah. Oh, so Stefan, darn it. What, did I say it wrong? Did he tell me how to say it and then I still got it wrong? I am just the worst. Did I just do that? One sec. Docky Steven. Yeah, Docky Steven. Stefan. It's pronounced like Steven. Oh, whatever. I tried my best. I tried. But yeah, no, so here's the deal, right? If you live in any developed nation, let's just say the UK and the US, because 70% of you live in those countries. if you earn money, you are supposed to pay tax on it. You can get away with not paying tax on very small amounts, but you're tax, you know, you are tax evading. That's how it works. Does $4.99 count? Says enter text here. Sadly, $5 was the amount, so you don't get to be friends with me. You're not. Actually, the opposite. You're the opposite of friends with me. Who are you for cheaping out? I thought we were friends, man. You know, we're such good friends that you're gonna cheap out on the extra 1 cent you're gonna give me. No, thank you. You are off the friends list as far as I'm concerned. But no, thank you very much for the $4.99. Do appreciate it. But yeah, no. Every country you go in, you've got to. You have to pay taxes. That is just a fact. When you give me money right now, Mr. Gamer, you're so lonely you have to buy your friends. I mean, I'm so lonely I have to be given money to get my friends. It's kind of like, also thank you very much, Micah Moore. You see that? Micah Moore and I, we're officially friends. It is a fact. That is a thing. But no, it's, a lot of people don't even realize all of the infrastructure that goes into it. But every time you're donating
Taxes
to me,
are the creation of capitalist dogs. I thought better of you, toy cat. You should be a great communist. Now instead of building a swamp or a snowier snow, you must build a statue of Lenin.
I would love to have a giant statue of Lenin somewhere in this world. I don't know where or why, but I kind of want to do it. I'm a friend. You are a friend. Ah, isn't that beautiful? Thank you very much, Level 7 Metapod. You are my friend, Mr. Level 7 Metapod. Why did I say I'd do this? Okay, the 5 minutes is over, guys. Your 5-minute opportunity to become Toycat's friend for life. It's over. But no, so here's the deal, right? Whenever you transfer money between two people in a Western developed nation, there is taxation due on that. There are very, 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 very few exceptions to that rule. And those exceptions are usually abused and then closed. That's usually what you refer to when you refer to as loophole. But most of those are loopholes that everyone uses that aren't really even loopholes. They're just like, if I put money into a pension, I won't pay tax on it. If I use money to buy something for the same business, if I buy this chair, this microphone, I don't pay tax on the money that is used to buy the microphone. That is the extent of like how taxes work, etc. So every year, I write out a big form. It's got something like, it's got some absurd number of pages to it. And they ask, like, are you blind? Are you a farmer? Are you a... Basically, because there's lots of, like, favorable tax things. If you happen to, you know, have been a Lloyd's underwriter, if you're a farmer, you get favorable tax advantages because politicians want to win your vote. But if you're a normal person, if you're not a class of people that is pandered towards, then you write a giant form out, and I do it once a year, and then the government says, hey, because this amount of money has come in, you'll give us this amount of money. So I won't give you too many spoilers, but it's a 5-digit amount that I have to pay the government twice a year. So yeah, I pay taxes, in case you're curious. A lot of taxes, actually. And if you super chat to me, some percentage of your super chat legally has to go towards taxes. Like, because you are transferring money from you to me. And when you donate to any streamer, it's basically the same thing. And when you do give money to anyone, it's the same concept. Like, you are transferring money between persons. Are you telling me you pay tax on the Toycat tax? I am telling you I literally pay tax on the Toycat tax. That is a factual statement, yes. Can we sing a song about mountains? Says Bearman. I hear the Minecraft views raising up tonight. But they hear... I don't actually know the song enough anymore. I listened to Africa Today and I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. The reality is, I really wanted to make a song. But the editor is still busy. He's actually making a video that involves me dancing. I genuinely have no clue. But you're literally teaching kids more about taxes than they'll learn in American schools, says Mason Mac. Yeah, no, okay, the thing about taxes is... if you learn about taxes, you will be infuriated by, because, you know, I think it's a very young person thing to be like, oh, why is it that, you know, we don't have high enough taxes? And life is set up so that 70% of people never have to interact with the government, which is, I think it's a good thing in some ways, right? Like, you being able to, you feel like a free person in that way. But the truth is, on the end of any interaction between two people that involves money, the government is involved. And I think if people realize that, they'd realize, because you know, to appreciate whether, you know, whether you should raise or lower, whether it be like immigration levels or taxation levels or anything, you probably need to get a good understanding of how it is right now. And yeah, so taxation, every single job you'll ever have, especially in the US, in the UK there's a tax-free allowance, but especially in the US, you're paying taxes, you just don't know it because they take it from you before you get paid. Like I said, I'm an exception because I have to fill out a form because my money comes from strangers on the internet saying, here's your toy cat tax. Oh, like this one. Is your shirt tie-dyed? It is not actually. Again, I don't know the story behind where this came from. I can try and find it actually. This t-shirt came from, wait. I can read, I can almost see it, but it came from somewhere. It was a gift is what I'm trying to say politely. But it was not tie-dyed. So there you go. Now you know. $200,000+ Whoa. I wish I had $200,000+. Make sure to shoot me a super chat for 200,000.
Everyone loves paying the tax man.
See, but that's the thing, right? Everyone always has this phase where they're like, wait a minute, I pay taxes. And I think that's what I honestly do think. One of the big reasons you'll never learn about taxes in school is because a lot of the messaging behind both sides relies on you misknowing how taxes work. Have some of my disability income because I don't pay taxes. I mean, I would argue you pay a negative tax, right? Like, wait, okay, you're not. So the way society functionally works on some level, right, is that you're trying to take money away from some types of activity and then put it towards others. That is why we tax alcohol. That is why we tax tobacco. Probably should be why we don't tax income. Believe me, Toycat, I'm a tax evasion expert. Oh, go to Mountain Update. I've been watching your old Toycat Let's Plays. Get caught up. Words and stuff, lol. Oh yeah, man, the old Let's Plays, like, I'll be honest, they hurt me to watch sometimes. So I'm glad you can enjoy them, or you can enjoy watching them. But you know, my point here, I don't want to like bore you all about taxes, but I do want to teach you all that there's a lot of taxation in every single field of the economy, and it's way bigger in some, way bigger in others. And the only reason it develops that way is because it's popular for some and not for others. It's really easy to tax, you know, it used to be for petrol and for things like that, because they're bad things that people otherwise aren't doing. It's really not easy to start taxing certain things, so they try to tax in indirect ways, and there's a lot of stuff that comes from, if people don't know they're being taxed, you can do it in very different ways, and if they do know. And that's why I think, honestly, education isn't so big. I think so much now relies... Oh, here's the wacky fact. Again, I don't want to ever push, like, any particular opinion on everyone else. But it literally is one of those things where I would like everyone to have the same set of knowledge. So when we have a discussion... Also, sugar tax bad. See, there's a good example. But, I kind of want everyone to have the same, like, basic level of knowledge on things. Because that way, when we have discussions, we're actually talking about things rather than bad perceptions, right? So, like people who literally think that billionaires, you know, have 100 billion in cash that they're not paying tax on or something. Like, it's like, that's not a productive conversation to have. So, an equivalent one would be like, one of the most important things to note is that for every $1 that exists in an economy, depending on the country, it's really high in countries like Belgium, like 52%. And in the US, it's especially low at about 35%. But between 35 and 52 cents in every dollar spent, or every pound spent, or every Swiss franc spent, ends up going back to... Because again, it's every single transaction has some cost that goes there. And there's only so high you can get that before you start having inefficiencies, right? If 99% of every transaction goes towards some third party, you can't have many transactions. And given that our entire system relies on us buying and selling things from each other, now you know. Please fix your shovel, it's hurting my insides. I'm kind of willing to let it die. I kind of just want to see how far we can go with it, you know? We learn more about quadratics and logarithmics in school than real-life skills. So, I've heard this is the justification. I want to say I have at least a teacher somewhere in my chat, so tell me if I'm right here, chat. I live in the US, in my state it's 20%. Google, it's called taxation to GDP ratio. It's 40-something% in most countries. I think the UK is a rare exception at like 39. The US is there at 35. And most European countries are somewhere between 40 and 50. You can Google it. There's a giant table. Actually, I'll do it for you. I'm going to... it's literally called taxation to GDP ratio. And you can see what percentage of every pound, dollar, whatever spent goes to the government. So the lowest is in the United Arab Emirates, where it's 1.4%. The highest is in Algeria at 64. Realistically, the highest is in Norway at 54. Belgium's at 48. Germany's at 44. And then the UK's at 35, which is really low compared to normal countries. Jessica says, hey, Toget, since I'm a college student, I get all of my payroll taxes back at the end of the year. Here's some of it. Hey, see, there you go. See, taxation talk. So some money is taken away. And then when it comes back, the tax refund, it seems like free money because you don't associate it as yours because it's taken away from you before you get your own money. And actually, wait, let me use this opportunity. If there's 1,400 people watching, let me try and change 1% of you's lives that's willing to listen to what I have to say here. So if we know for a fact, right? If we know that that's just for some reason, when the government takes your money before you've seen it, you don't associate it as yours. Use that advice, use that thinking, and use that to save money. Whatever, like this is the number one thing everyone does wrong that will literally define whether you have savings that can make you rich one day because how compound interest works, or whether you do not, is do you pay yourself first or do you pay yourself last? If you want to, if all it takes to get $250,000 in 20 years is $250 a month, which, if you live in the US, that's probably a small proportion of your income if you have any job, right? I'm going to guess. Just save that first. Before you pay any other expense, that should be like a given, an expected thing. Everyone makes the mistake of going, if I have 250 left over, sure, I'll save it. Yeah, no. It's called, the investing strategy is called pay yourself first. But whatever amount you want to save, that goes first. That goes before you think about anything else. And then you can focus on, everything else. Like, oh yeah, what about this, that, the other? So there you go. If there's one thing, use the government's lesson to make yourself better at something. Because those are facts. If you think of money as yours, you spend it how you like. If you think of money as not yours, you're much better at saving it because it's not your money to deal with, And then you can buy yourself a jet ski one day or something. Anyway, so do we have any teachers watching? Do we have any teachers in the live chat? Because someone said earlier, we learn more about quadratics than taxes. And, that sounds weird. What? Surely we should learn about taxes and not quadratics. So if you're a teacher, tell me if you agree with what I'm about to say. Because people, again, I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is really what they tell teachers or if this is what, like, people who aren't teachers say to justify our current system. But tell me, if you can, is the reason that school teaches you so many useless things because they're trying to teach you how to learn? Because, you can use quadratics to learn about taxes. You can use so many different things to learn about other subjects in that way, Like, you can apply your knowledge from maths into taxes. You can apply your knowledge from English into, like, I don't know, literature. There's lots of different talents that you can kind of reapply. Whereas something like how to apply for a mortgage, it's really an important skill. But at the same time, it's one skill. It doesn't teach you other skills like that. Whereas, in maths, we learned about compound interest. And, look, people who know about compound interest are, several times more likely to want to be on the receiving end rather than the giving. Yeah, the receiving end rather than the giving end of compound interest, right? There's a lot of people who are in a never-ending circle of, again, compound interest against them. And that's because it's a vicious cycle to break either way. You need to understand algebra to understand investments and stuff. Again, I really want to make like a finance channel because I feel like I talk about this all day. Making people, because I came from a background where I didn't have someone in my family who was rich to be like, hey, I have lots of money and here's how you can too. So there's a lot of things I've had to learn about how money works. But if you think about investing, it's like being hard. It's actually really easy. You can make it as hard for yourself as you like, or you can literally, you know, have a what was it even called, like a tracker fund that just deals with it for you. It's a very useful little thing to know. So the whole concept school helps you to learn how to learn. Doesn't mean the topics can't be different. Learning about taxes also teaches you to learn. Yeah, that's my honest go-to. Like, I'm trying to justify the current system, but yeah, learning about taxes could teach you how to learn. Like, oh, how do taxes work? Go on the government website and they'll tell you right away. I want to jump over this gap, but I'm just kind of scared. Okay, yeah, we're going right into lava apparently. Okay, that's nice. That's real nice. I mean, the lava will keep things lit up at least. That's kind of nice. Okay, so I'm gonna fly to my bed because I want to go to sleep. Put financial videos on your second channel. Yeah, I mean, I've considered doing something somewhere about it, but like I feel like finance is one of those subjects where it's like you have to seek it out. You can't have it come to you. So I'd have to like make a brand new channel. I don't know, like it. There's so many pieces of knowledge where if someone tells you, you don't believe them unless you go to them and ask first, and then if they tell you, you're like. And I think that's actually kind of fine. Be CJ's friend, please, and please fix your shovel. So CJ, sadly, that offer has ended. However, I will use my shovel till it breaks for you now. Because I'm such a good friend, I'm gonna rib you. That's what friends do. They rib each other, right? Right in the ribs. So, oh, look at this. Oh, is the shovel gonna break? Oh, looks like not yet. Maybe we'll do some more shovel breaking till it does, though. That sounds like a great idea. Would you ever do a live stream? I don't even know what that means. Nope sticks these politics / Minecraft combos. They're awesome, says Hogan Milligan. I don't think I've said any politics today. Again, my goal is I don't actually like... I don't care what way you care about elections. I find it fascinating to talk to people who are interested on either side, as long as they have, like, reasonable opinions, I guess. Oh, we broke the shovel. You did it, chat. You broke it. That's all on you. If you'd have just told me not to. Wait, do I commit tax fraud on a yearly basis? The government might give you money if you tell them about how little money you're receiving. Oh, that happened to me. Yeah, I forgot to file taxes my first year. And there was going to be a big penalty, like, it was something like £150. And then when I put the numbers in, they're like, oh, we owe you £1.50. And I was like, like, I think I was at the very edge of when the government gives you some money for not having any money. So I got £1.50 that year from the government. But the bigger thing was saving the £150 fine. Fun fact, I got 1 year I earned enough money, or earned a little of money from YouTube that the government gave me £1.50. I still can't work out. I can't find any tax reference for why that happened. It's one of those things where you just go, you know, what even was that? Shovel was an amazing utensil. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. We had to let it go eventually, and eventually, you know, eventually has to come eventually. That's why we called it eventually. Is that a lot to someone? £1.50 is about $1.90 at the current exchange rate, if I had to guess. Dang it, Soycat, I want friendly boat chests. I don't need you to poison my mind to tell me to vote for the mountains. You gotta do it. Okay, if you have a Twitter account, I still don't understand taxes, says the anxious hero. You know what? Taxes are... I don't want to talk taxes too much more. But just for you, in case anyone's also going to watch this back, because this is... Every Thursday, the streams I make go public on the channel. So, to everyone... If you're watching, you're like, you know what? I don't quite understand taxes, or I'm scared. Oh no, I'm earning money. Should I be paying taxes on them? As an adult, the rules are kind of different to when you're young. But just as a basic thing, every time money is transferred between two people, unless it's a gift between family members and couples, in which case it's got a special exception. But when money is transferred between people in exchange for services, whether they be labor or otherwise, there is money owed to the government. The exact amount of money depends on how much money you have also earned that year. The more money you earn, the more you give. There you go. I've just explained how taxation works in the developed world. Although, if you live in Singapore, then things get a lot more fun and different. But that's for a whole nother video. That's for Toy Cat Talks Taxes number 39. But no, yeah, there you go. We got that out of the way. I'm glad I could help you. Thank you, by the way. Stop waffling. I should stop waffling, you're right. Don't have much, but always wanted to help, sorry. I'd never be sorry for giving any amount, man. Honestly, like, the fact that anyone is willing to give any amount already blows my mind. Just, like, you know, I can appreciate that by itself so much already, you know. So, thank you, Stop Waffling, for the £1.99. So what you're saying is you should get paid with birthday cards to avoid being taxed. So here's the thing. If I did that on a mass enough scale, I would have, like... The reality is, I think if a stranger sends me a birthday card, I think you are meant to pay tax on that. Actually, I know there's a gift allowance that might include strangers. Wait, okay, you know what? Just for the pure hypothetical now, I want to know, and you know, it's like, you know how like when you annoy teachers with questions they don't know? In the UK at least, gift allowance. Can you get it from strangers? So, gifts. Okay, so you don't have to pay tax on anything that you... Okay. So, I'm going to walk into the lava if I'm not careful. You don't have to pay tax when you give money to a wedding for a normal birthday or Christmas gift, but you have to be able to maintain your standard of living after making the gift. Payments help another person's living costs, but generally it has to be an elderly person or a child, or for charities or political parties. If you give money... Okay, yeah, and then you can also... It has to be up to 200... Okay, so basically, long story short here, if strangers send me money in a birthday card, like if you super chatted by somebody a birthday card, I would still have to pay tax on that, yes. Unless it was specifically for my living costs. If I said, hey, I don't know if I'm going to survive this month, and it was genuine, right? Can you give me some money via birthday card? Then we could maybe make an argument that at the very least you don't pay tax on sending it. I might still pay tax on receiving it. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that one, chat. I thought that was wonderful. I have to go. Water is coming into the house. See, generally that's not a good sign. I'm gonna double down on your right to go. That one right there. Do drug dealers have to pay tax? I mean, yeah. That is what. Well, I mean, again, the funny thing is, since we're talking taxes today, you know, it's taxes of Toy Cat. Kit Kats has left, and now we can talk taxes that we like. But no, real talk here. There's a famous criminal boss. I think his name is Al Capone, and he had so many people in every arm of government that he was never arrested for any of his crimes. They could never pin anything to him. He got arrested for tax avoidance. Google it, Al Capone, very famous gangster, actually went down for tax avoidance. Because tax avoidance is a very serious crime that you might think you're immune to, but you better believe is not. Also, I earn too little to pay income tax. Thank you very much, Christian Ingmar Korsvik, for the $2 right there. Do appreciate it. And yeah, again, for 99% of you, it's not an issue you worry about when you're young. It's just explaining how the world works when you're not. Oh, I need to go get my, oh god. I need to go get my my chest back. Okay, so they're in, oh man, this is gonna be tricky. They're over here. Gonna grab my bed, and I'm gonna grab my shulker boxes. So today's been a pretty fun, a pretty productive stream. In the US, you don't pay taxes on gifts up to $15,000 a year. Also, gifts to your spouse, donation to organization, and medical expenses are excluded. Oh, it's $15,000 in the US. How nice of you guys. Managed to beg my mum. Thank you, Stop Waffling. You know, you don't have to give me anyone else's money. That's always my thing. If it's not your money to give, you should not be giving it to me. But thank you very much for the super chat regardless. Thank you very much for coming to the live stream. And I hope you have a wonderful day, because I'm going to try my best to as well. Tomorrow, I have literally no clue what I'm uploading. So, do you want to see a video about Minecon Live? Do you want to... What should we do? I don't really know. I'm going to go for now. I'm going to take a nap. Maybe a couple naps. Maybe a long, extended nap that lasts until tomorrow. And I hope you do a similar thing. Or don't. You know, I'm not in charge of you, man. You you live your own life. As long as you pay the right amount of taxes, then I guess that's on you, right? So yeah, I'm gonna empty out my chests. I'm gonna go take a nice long rest, and then I'll see you in the next one. Which won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to a museum. They open late, it's a weird thing. I don't have time to explain as I'm leaving the stream. So goodbye.